Okay, guys, this is the final of the Europeans this year, 2020, January. I only had two fights. First one was Luigi, second one from Italy, Luigi, and Mordi is from Israel. Just had a little Uchigari there, failed with that. We're head to head. He's a strong gripper, come down the weight, I think, from middle heavy down to middleweight. Pull guard there. I'm trying to go for kind of De La Hiva. He slides through. He's obviously thinks he's going to get a pass here. I'm keeping his head away, which is really, really important with my right hand. Try to keep his head away, and I can't do that, so I'm getting my hips pulling through. Here, he's trying to get a fix on that. I'm not letting him do that. I keep my hips going to the outside and I get underneath him. Referee calls time. We're out of bounds, so we're going to come back in. The first exchange is really important in the match because you can get a real feel for, how somebody fights, their aggressiveness, their tactics and so forth. So it's really nice to kind of get a little exchange out the road. We're kind of going back to me sort of being in kind of half guard knee shield right now sort of position. I'm trying to get the cross grip underneath and then kind of move around, get back to a little bit of safety there, back to close guard. He's a good player. He's got a good base there. Trying to cut me off a little bit, push me down. Now he's doing some lapel work. Try to tie off my left hand, and he's basically going to go for a wrist lock here. I knew what he was going for, but I didn't really feel threatened by it, to be honest. But I knew what he was going for. Got my hand tied off a little bit. I wasn't too bothered because it wasn't affecting my posture, my base. But it's obviously something that he does, and he likes. You can see there that my hand is kind of a little bit tied up. So he done a good job of that. So good for him. I'm trying to keep the lapel grip here just to keep a bit of connection to him. So if I come out and open up my guard, and I can feel where he is. Feel him kind of moving forward there. If I remember, he's still trying to kind of tie off that arm, and I'm kind of thinking now, he's trying to wrist lock me now. That's not going to happen. So anyway, so he's trying that, and then I start to think, well, that's not really what I want, and I know that I had to kind of get active. So you'll see that now I'm starting to kind of work across his left side. Really, what I'm trying to do is keep him occupied by cross gripping over his neck, keeping my right hand in that case on his lapel, and I'm kind of looking to feed that left hand in, which I really like. You'll see him hipping out now. I'm starting to move him off base. The reason I'm doing that is to find out how he's going to react. So I'm starting to open up a little bit more now, thinking about getting more attacks, trying a little flower sweep there, not working. Now his left hand is automatically coming over, which is what I wanted. So I'm looking to get to the back. You can see just there my head was looking to get around. I'm putting the right hand in for the cross grip because it's always a threat. You always got to deal with that. Referee's pulling us back in here, but you'll see now I've got the right cross grip. I've got my left hand on his left wrist. I'm going to the tricep to try and get my hips out to the side. I can feel him standing up, so I switch. Left hand's going to his right wrist. You'll see there I'm keeping my guard, pulling him down. Right hand goes under. I get the sweep. Boom. Over he goes. Boom. Into mount. I'm going to go for the arm bar, but his arm is out a little bit. So forget that. Go under the head. Get the Ezekiel. So tap him with the Ezekiel. Also, his knee went up as he went over. So that was, that was very unfortunate for him. And you never like to see an opponent get hurt. So I kind of felt bad about that. That was unfortunate. Just an unfortunate accident. So Mordi, good player. Won a lot of tournaments, nice guy as well. So it was a real pleasure to be on the same mat as him. If I kind of go back to the beginning of the match, a couple of mistakes I made. When I pulled guard, I kind of had close guard, but then I gave it up and went to De La Hiva. And I never put my left hand on his right leg to kind of keep the De La Hiva. So I was kind of faking it, and it almost gave him the pass, but I was pretty secure in thinking that he wouldn't pass. So fortunately for me, he never passed. When we got back in, it was interesting to see him play a kind of a different lapel guard game in which he was kind of trying to tie off my left hand and trying to wrist lock me. Very difficult to do, to be honest, because you got so much motion. He wasn't tying off my left elbow, so there was no real restriction there. Generally speaking, for a joint manipulation, you need at least 2 points of 2 fulcrums that you're controlling, and he was sort of semi-controlling one, so I didn't really feel too threatened by that, but it was interesting that he tried it. For my part, being a close guard, felt quite confident there. I generally try and get the cross grip going as much as I can, for the simple reason it's always a threat to your opponent, whether they, whatever game they're playing. It's always the threat to come over with the other hand or come over with the leg and get the strangle. As it kind of went a little bit more forward into the game, into the match. I was trying to pull his left arm across my body and try and get to the back. Also upset him a little bit with the sweeps so that I could see where he was going. Just kind of action, reaction, find out where he was going and eventually try and get to his back. When he stood up, as he stood up and he pulled me up, or I went up with him, he pulled me up, I could feel like he wasn't going to break my guard. So I was quite confident in that. And so I thought I'll go for the lumberjack sweep. The technical thing that I did wrong, even though I got the sweep and I got the submission and got the points, which was important, the technical thing that I did wrong was I had my left hand on his right arm. I should have actually been cross-gripping on the other side to kind of kill his left side. I'd killed his left leg with my underhook and I hadn't killed his left arm, but it still worked. I got the mount, I got the Ezekiel, got the finish, and fortunately won the match. And unfortunately hurt his knee, so I wasn't too happy about that. But these things happen. But it was a good match. Real privilege to be on the mat with him. He's a Lagarto black belt, so he's a very good player. Comes from Israel, and that was the final of the Europeans 2020. Again, just nice to be back on the mats again. Really nice to kind of for both of us to be there. So good match, good time, and Lagarto's black belt there. Lagarto actually comes over